Mm-hmm.
We are live.
We are live.
Outstanding.
I was just looking at these decals Tom Ryle left last time he was here in studio.
Ah,
For the Trout Derby. Did you see that we awarded a gentleman some swag?
yeah, saw that.
Yeah.
The guy who caught the tagged fish.
Yeah, Rusty
Yeah.
Goss.
Mhm.
Yeah. Summit Lake in his float tube.
Mm-hmm. He
Just-
won a new float tube, by
No.
the way.
Just power bait and a worm, he said. Just threw it out there. And then he cleaned that fish, took it home, about ready to throw it on the grill. And the wife goes, "Hey, what's that green tag sticking in the back?"
He almost barbecued that. That'd have melted real nice.
Yeah, oh, yeah. You put that on the grill, that number just disappears. He's like, "I don't know." Takes a look. He goes, "Oh, let's call the number."
What's going on here?
Next thing you know, he's got himself $125 worth of merchandise
Well,
just for stopping by,
what do you know? Just
checking out the store. Yeah.
far out.
Yeah, nice guy. He said him and his coworker are trying to get back into fishing.
So am I.
Yeah. Yeah.
No, apparently so are you.
Yeah, well.
I've been back in fishing. You've been recalcitrant lately,
Oh,
sir.
yeah. Not only that, but I've been absent. Well, a few projects happening around here.
Uh-huh.
I'll be glad to get through Saturday. I think we'll be done with the heavy load of all that dirt, topsoil, sod, mud. Yep.
Festive.
Wearing me out. Making Jordan an old man out there working like that. Yeah, not good.
Don't worry, Jordan. You blink and you will be. Trust me.
Hey, Fishy Plumber said he saw you on the sunglass commercial. So
Yeah.
yeah, that's
Mhm.
the one you did with Shangle,
So fun.
right?
Yeah. So fun.
What brand is that? Do you know?
That is Zenni.
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 Yeah. How come we're not wearing them?
I don't know, but
You're the face of Zenni, and we don't.
I honestly, that's what Shangle said. He goes, "You realize now you're the face
of
that."
Zenni.
And that is a national company, right? They really liked because I hit a demographic for them, I guess.
65 and unemployed.
Yeah, and altered.
Yeah, altered. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Put old Bill to work to ruin his bowling arm, shoveling all that dirt.
Oh.
Everyone at the
That's
bingo
right.
hall in the bowling alley.
He got your zennies. I saw Bill was wearing those. You gotta have them. Yeah.
They hand them out at church now. Yes. Zenni. Sounds like one of them tobacco-free pouches.
You do. Yeah.
That's a Zen.
Right?
And then you find your Zen, and then you're
It's a Zenni.
just in your Zenni zone.
Or it could be something you drive on ice to float. You're
A
driving
Zenni?
the Zenni.
Oh,
The Zamboni. Excuse me.
that's the Zamboni.
Yeah.
Yes, indeed. So yeah, you've been out fishing.
I have.
I mean, we're going tomorrow. Finally, I'm
Right,
taking a
right.
break. Jordan and I need a day off
Uh-huh.
of all this intense labor. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah, still working, filming, fishing,
Mm-hmm.
and filming. Let's try to catch a couple Chinook tomorrow, huh?
Well, sure.
Yeah.
Get right on that.
What
Yeah.
do you want to go Area 11 or Area 13?
Nah, Westport.
Mm-hmm.
Let's go out and
Bottom fish?
No, let's go out and catch a Chinook.
Oh,
Come on,
sure.
really.
Why not?
Yeah.
Yeah. Anybody on here been out? Hey, Ron. Nice to see you on here. Yep. Clayton, Fishy Plumber, George Garcia once again. Yeah. Rob McAllister. All the guys are on here.
Wow.
Good to see. Yeah. Just folks keep asking how Shing's doing. Surgery tomorrow will be 1 week since she's had her surgery. And I guess they put a lengthy plate in there, 9 screws, I think she told me.
Yeah, I mean,
That's some hardware.
see, the worst part is sitting in one place like that, and you can't get up. You want to get up and walk and go do stuff, and you absolutely cannot. I would.
Sunday
gone.
would be 3 weeks since she broke it.
Oh my! And
1 week post surgery, and she's got another full week in that current cast splint post surgery thing they put on. Then they'll put her into something else for another 6 weeks, and then rehab. Said I'm going to rehab. So yeah, doggone it.
oh boy,
She is not one to sit idly as well.
Mhm.
So
she's gonna be in a great mood too.
yeah, she's doing great.
Mhm.
Though Probably could have helped out a little bit if I would have given her a burger tonight.
Just made her want to leave it out.
Look,
Hey,
you know what? I'm
hey,
just running out here with my head cut off. We got so much going on with the yard projects and
That's so
landscaping.
awesome.
You got 5 weeks until
That is so
Jordan's
awesome.
wedding. We're putting a show together, you
Uh-huh.
know, getting the content out as much as we can, trying to fish and film as much as we can.
Go to the other room.
Trying to get all this stuff. How
How
valuable is she on Thursday nights? You know, if you just want to dial down one day of the week,
Right.
Thursday is like the most important.
Well, if she was a real team player, she'd get a walker and could stand up there, you know, and could prop herself up, you know, and still make food.
Oh, she's got a walker. She's also got a little Scooter McGavin card from Sue and Ron Waldner, but she can't quite put that thing down. You know, it's all about elevation above your heart. Goes down below, man, it just starts throbbing.
I'll
So
bet.
it's just painful.
Oh my God.
So I'm scrambling around. We're getting our Zooms all set up. We're doing this, getting ready for this, and I'm up and down the stairs trying to get dinner for you guys. And we eat dinner, and I'm like, okay, going upstairs, and she's like, a burger would have
Don't
been
worry,
nice.
if it's all cut up, it's good to go.
Hey, I cooked you one. There's even cheese on one of them. Go out there and get
Yeah.
one yourself. Yeah. I felt terrible. I mean, unbelievable. Forget the main player. He's there, and
Oh boy.
anyway.
What are you going to do?
So yeah, you
I've
had some pretty good days out there, kind of coastal and chasing springers. And,
yeah. Well, first of all, we're trying to catch a steelhead. It's steelhead, you know, because hey, steelhead time of year. We went 2 rivers and tried to catch steelhead. Couldn't find any steelhead. Found springers in one that we couldn't keep.
Right.
And went to the Steelhead River, and there were none. One of my favorite rivers in the planet. I can probably tell you what it is, the Bogosiel.
Yeah.
And
Ghost town.
Yeah. I mean, normally this time of year they're there. Sad not to see them.
How about the amount of rain we've had here in this last few days? And you look at the gauges on some of those rivers, and they straight up brought a couple hundred feet of water, and you're thinking, whew.
And we were there before that happened.
Yeah.
I would like to be in there now or a few days ago. Would be really nice to see what's going on.
They came up quick. They only bumped a skosh, and they're dropping right back down.
Well,
and,
that's normal.
Some of our rivers are extremely low for June. I mean, we're talking, they're already like August.
Oh,
you know,
boy.
some of our favorite creeks in that 2 to 300. Yeah.
Normally if it gets down below 220, it's, the boats, even the rafts.
Hard to navigate. Hard to get down. You're working hard, and you're gonna find those fish pocketed up at the heads of the holes, right where the most oxygen is.
Yeah.
And
you're the bastion of the bank fishermen.
Yeah.
Shortly.
Well, there's something to be said about putting miles on the boots and just leaving the boats at home and hiking.
The poor man's drift boat is a pair of waders.
Part of that, it's all about access. Do you have access to get to those waters? Well, the beautiful thing about this time of year, like you can go in where you have public access, and then you just walk the river,
and just cross it and go down.
Just keep crossing back and forth and stay off person's lands, right? And just stay on the gravel bars at the water line, and you're just fishing the river, and you can, you
actually do some more damage that way than you can with a boat, because the boat, you got to leave the boat up out of the hole and then walk down to it anyway. So.
Yeah, because you're banging on through and then fishing. You're
bad juju.
No.
Not gonna happen.
Yeah, years ago I told you that little mini drifter you had. Remember that one when I had that leg look like a paper towel roll down there?
Yeah,
sprained ankle. When that thing hit a rock in low water,
they heard it in Boise, Idaho.
It sounded like a mature boat.
Yeah,
it sounded like a full-grown version.
Sure did.
They're extremely loud. Yeah. So
they picked it up on the seismic graphs of the UW.
Yeah. There's a few rivers that are some tributaries that are kicking out okay numbers of springers, and I would like to go partake in some of that. But boy, I tell you, sometimes the crowds I just can't do it anymore. It's like get down there. Hopefully, you find a spot to get in there and put some time in. But some of those rivers you and I would frequent. We have not been to.
I'm scared to see them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
There's just so many people on these, and these small tributaries just can't handle
why?
Pressure.
Why? Is because where else are you going to go? Where are our anglers?
Well, that's the thing, and in you saying that, I mean, we also have a number of additional closures just handed to us, and we're going to get into that as the show progresses here. But anyway, so before we babble on too long, let's go ahead and start show number 1 and get right on into this, huh?
Right on.
That sound?
Okay.
Yeah, I like it. Yeah, there we go. Ready, Jordan?
Here we go.
Hello and welcome to Fish on the West. Duane and Bill Herzog.
Hunting, fishing is my kind of style. I plucked the one new she went.
Right there. Oh, there we go.
I'm proud I own the
River Bright Chinook hatcheries and keep that fish. Look at that thing. It's not a bad start right there.
And after work a cold beer in my hand.
Oh, it's a big kokanee.
Well, this is as old school as you could ever imagine.
We're fishing this McKay pot. One of the cool things about a McKay pot is it's got our bait tunnel built in.
Well, buddy, what do you think, huh? Oh my gosh. You spotted him. 360 rod in the Quick Series. Fantastic rod. 10.5 foot, 17 to 40 pound rating. Water getting in there, and he's going to pull right out of my hand. Here he goes.
I'm proud I own the things that I've got.
Hello and welcome to Fish on Northwest. Duane and Bill Herzog.
Good morning.
How are you?
Any better? I couldn't stand it.
Yeah, like you say each and every single week.
That's a fact.
So glad you made it over. Of course, the pass was probably clear.
But when I drove home on Friday night during that rainstorm,
Oh yeah.
it snowed 3 inches on the
Seriously?
pass when I'm driving, and I'm like, Duane needs to see this right now. This is amazing. Yeah, what is it?
When we just had the rain here a few days ago.
Yeah, it was snowing like crazy.
June.
Yeah. I have 3 inches of snow on White Pass.
Oh, fantastic.
Not really.
Well, we can use a snowpack.
Yeah,
Some folks would indicate
this is
that.
true.
So, hey, speaking of areas to go fishing,
Yes,
because you've been
nice.
out on the road quite a bit chasing some spring Chinook here and there.
Yeah.
You know, they gave us another extension on the Lower Columbia through June 15th to chase spring Chinook.
Okay.
So that's a pretty good opportunity. And then it'll remain open the 16th through the 31st. It's open for summer steelhead and of course Jack Chinook. You can't keep any adults after the 15th.
So you know what that means? You won't be able to keep the Chinook, Chinook off.
You're probably
The bite, like
then
the-
there'll be
Yeah.
tons of them, and so
Uh-huh.
But so we got that opportunity to go take advantage of on that Columbia River, and you know, it's kind of spotty, but there's folks grinding out and finding some decent fish. Area 11 is also open.
Yeah.
Let me check that. Yeah, Area 11 is also open Wednesday through Saturday.
Uh-huh.
Now we have a quota of 1,400, just a little over 1,400 hatchery Chinook
Right.
that we can get out of there. We also have a sublegal encounter and a wild encounter. Sublegal encounter is 1,600 fish, give or take a couple, and then the wild encounter unmarked Chinook would only be 818. But from the reports I'm getting and folks I've talked to, and I think you've talked to a few folks.
Oh, yes, indeed.
Fishing's been okay. Some days guys are stumbling into a few.
Mhm.
Some are finding some fish. Some are grinding it out, looking for a few, and not encountering a lot of sublegals and stuff. So I've talked to a few folks in the know that help set season and pay attention to this stuff. They're pretty confident we're going to get probably all 16 days in.
Oh, that'd be nice. My buddy Mike, who runs out of the Narrows Marina down there, he's got his little cadre of guys down there who fish 11 a lot. And these guys, some of the best anglers in the whole area. If you want to know how the fishing is, why not talk to a group of some of the best anglers that know the area very, very well,
Absolutely.
right? And they said it's just been very hit and miss and spotty.
Yep. Well, that sounds about right for this time of year. So they're going to get through the end of the month. And if there's quota left, then they have another agreed to opening the 17th through the 19th of July. You can see it open back up. And then of course, or excuse me, it would open up July 1st, right? Yeah, it opened up July 1st. So anyway, then we get that 3-day opportunity if there's enough quota left. So
we'll see.
All righty, as we move on, hey, recently we enjoyed a fantastic outing, an opportunity to get out, a couple veterans out on the water, the second annual TFO, the Fallen Outdoors Veterans Event on American Lake, Memorial Day weekend. And well, how'd it go? We're going to bring that to you on tonight's program. Don't go anywhere. That's coming up right after this break. The new leader in heavy gauge aluminum boats. Allied boats have standard reverse chine and lifting rakes to help you plane faster and run at lower RPMs. Allied boats have several models to choose from, ranging from a 19-foot Mustang all the way up to a 32-foot Liberator. So regardless of what type of heavy gauge aluminum boats you are looking for, Allied Boats will have it for you. Contact Allied Boats today to learn more about these incredible fishing machines.
Sharp as can be. Super strong, super durable.
Really good penetration. Thinner and stronger.
Catch fish after fish.
want to make sure that I'm using the best stuff possible.
World's finest hook.
World's finest hook.
Gamakatsu, world's finest hook.
Before I head out in the field, I make sure I'm ready. Out here, moments come without warning. And what most people call luck is just being prepared when the chance finally shows up. Work sharp.
Max Lure has been making time-proven fishing lures since 1969. Our quality fish attractors have become essential gear for generations of anglers. From the iconic whiting ring and sling blade to the versatile sonic bait fish, each of our products are designed to help you reel in bigger and better fish. Max Lure products have helped anglers catch more fish for years, and we're confident you will too. Get your tackle at maxlure.com.
Hey guys, good morning. Duane and England Fish Hunt Northwest. We're out here on one of our home lakes here in Pierce County, not too far from the house, and back for the second annual American Lake event with the Fallen Outdoors Memorial Day weekend. And we had a great time last year. Jay was abused, so he came back for more. Jay Bishop, nice to see you back on the boat.
Thanks for having us again.
You brought your long-lost cousin, Doug Bishop.
Yeah.
Actually, no relation. Kind of funny, but no relation. But hey, we're out here, guys. We're trolling around trying to get some kokanee and trout this morning. Crazy. Yesterday morning, we were out on the water, and it was like 70 degrees by 9 a.m. And it's supposed to be mid-70s to almost 80 today, but boy, we show up. We got some wind we're fighting, and a little overcast, but... we got
action. Sorry.
Almost. He's not there, Jay. Got to hold on. So anyway, we're going to be out here on the water. We're going to try to get some of these veterans into some kokanee and some trout. And then we got a barbecue this afternoon and some awards. It's going to be a great day. It's a great event, Fallen Outdoors, here out of Pierce County, Washington. And we're going to bring the day to you. Here we go. That on there. Now we'll put a maggot on there. Back out we go. Dodger, lure, 1 ounce of lead. We are good to go. Anything happen on these other rods? You're good.
We're closer.
There's another one. Probably a trout on that lead rod.
I'm optimistic.
The good news is it hasn't warmed up any. It actually got a little colder. I
Yeah.
put a jacket on. This is ridiculous. Oh yeah, he's there.
Smoking over there. Sorry, I'm a fireman in me. I saw smoke.
Okay, I want you to back up a little. Grab this by hand. There we go. Just lift. There we go. A little trout. Come here, dude. They're not real big out here today, but
Hold it back farther from the camera.
yeah.
Makes it look bigger. Closer. Yeah, closer. That's what it is.
Yeah, hold
We
it
can
back.
edit it and make it look bigger.
Oop. All right.
Oh.
Now you got it,
10%,
Jay.
right?
Yeah.
10% smarter than what you're working with.
Yeah. All right, let's not put that on camera.
Yeah. Well, that's kind of thing. Same thing.
Right up there.
I'll be over here.
Yeah, you'll be over there. You gotta turn the boat. Jay is hooked up again. Another trout. On the trout rod. Okay, so far the kokanee are eluding us. There we go. Oh, that's a dink. They're getting smaller, Jay. Oh, this way.
It's getting colder outside.
Yeah. Is it a Chinook? What is it?
Oh, there we go.
It's gone.
Yep.
I didn't even get the phone out in time.
Quick release.
The quick release. Popped out. There's a fish on there.
All right.
Yeah, that's how off the downrigger at 37 feet. We got a chance.
Got a chance. A chance for romance
Damn.
for Kokanee.
That one actually popped it out of the clip, Jay. That might be a decent fish.
Might.
Might make you respectable yet.
Ah, I think a lot more than a fish.
Well, I'm going to get the net just because it's a downrigger fish. So chances of a kokanee are much higher. So we shall see.
I won't get that net yet.
Well,
All right, I'm gonna walk. Oh,
that's a
good
bigger
size.
trout. Bigger trout. Keep it out of the motor. That is a big.
That is a big trout.
Yeah, man. Look at that dude on
Look
the
at that bad
gold.
boy.
I put gold and black on, hoping to get a kokanee in. That's the biggest trout of the day so far.
Let's get a photo with that one.
Yeah.
All right. That's decent.
Hold that sucker. That's a good trout right there. Ripped it out of the freaking clip. That's awesome.
Yeah.
All
That's
right.
good trout.
7, 8 pounds? What do you think?
Yeah, oh yeah, 7, 8 pounds.
Hatchery and Wild Coexist is a nonprofit organization dedicated to highlighting the importance of fish hatcheries and the vital role they play in wild fish recovery and providing abundant fisheries. Hatchery and Wild Coexist is a nonprofit organization dedicated to highlighting the importance of fish hatcheries and the vital role they play in wild fish recovery and providing abundant fisheries.
I had that at, what, 37? Trout or kokanee.
Make sure you keep that tip up.
Keep your tip up. It's swimming up.
Soft lips, soft lips.
Trout again. Take it that way. Around the downrigger. There you go.
But he's a fighter. Look at him go.
Yeah, you big old trout. Big old Trudy. Here we go.
About 6 pounds.
Oh, these things are warm. What do we got? 60-degree water?
Hey, is that Grandpa's lure in there? Or not that one?
Now, weight in that metric, it's heavier.
Oh, fish right here.
There
we go.
All right.
Run, Jay.
Another one.
We're calling that a double.
Now we got 3 rods out of the water.
Calling that a double.
All right, I'll take that.
Get it in the water. Can't get fish on them sitting in the boat. Let's go.
Oh, yeah, you
Is the
can
chartreuse
change that
one?
out. Okay, that'll work.
Nice. Oh man, look at this big old halibut on here.
Big old dog.
It's a fish-a-palooza.
Now we're down to 1 rod fishing. That's a.
And we got geese.
All right, where do you want it?
All right, here's fine. What a dink. Let's see that thing. It's a kokanee.
Is it?
On Jordan's lure on the lead rod. Look at that dinky kokanee. Way to go, Jay. Jay got his first kokanee. We're so proud, huh?
Look at that.
You want to let
Lively.
that go? It's gonna.
I don't know. It's up to you guys. You guys want to keep it?
Yeah, thing. You want to fillet that?
No.
I got a real small knife. You need it.
Oh. Well, he just wiggled off. Okay. Now I got some work to do. We got 3 rods out of the water. Jay got a kokanee.
Way to go, Jay.
Yeah.
Massive.
First kokanee of the day.
That's so big.
Apartments?
Huh?
Oh, let's see where we're at.
Yeah. You fall asleep, Jay?
Yeah.
Well, everybody got up at 3 a.m., so.
It's Trouty.
Trouty?
I'm pretty
All
sure.
right. Keep him over there. I'll get this rod clipped in and.
Oh, we got a little fight in him.
Yeah.
All right, little
You go.
fight. Nice foul.
Jordan, you want a picture? I'm gonna turn the boat a little.
All right.
Give you assistance on that. Yeah, just keep it going out that way, Jay. We'll keep it out of that back rod.
All right. Cheap all the way out.
Well, so I just swapped that lure out, some with a spinner blade, a little more thump. That looks like a kokanee, actually. So lure swap out might be might pay off for us here. Keep it going that way. Yep. Try to bring it out that way. And it's a kokanee, not a real big one. Where's the big kokanee at, huh? And it's off.
Pop off as soon as it got in.
Off the lure. There you go. Look how fat he is, though, for a little guy.
Yeah, it's perfect kokanee.
He's pretty small, though, lengthwise. We want him a little bigger. Jay, Mr. Kokanee today. That's 2 kokanee.
That's 2, yeah.
And those 2 combined still don't make a decent-sized kokanee out here.
No fish tacos for that one.
No.
It's unlocked. You didn't have to search it.
There's your names on it.
It is John Fetters. John Fetters. John Fetters? All right.
Heck yeah, dude. That was awesome.
There you go.
I get the whole thing?
You get the whole thing.
Even the call?
Yeah,
You can have the tickets too if you want.
hey,
I just get the rod.
congratulations. Thank you. Thank you for your support.
For them, for their time coming out. And so X2, I'd like to give you guys a hand. Thank you. I know some fish have left, right? I know that, but let's go ahead and get the banner out.
All right, banner in a show. Yeah.
Can I have your boat when you got it?
Shane Hunter.
Thank you.
Thanks for the invite once again.
Yeah. we had
Fallen
a great
Outdoor
time.
second annual here at American Lake. Huh?
Yep.
Fantastic. You had how many participants last year?
Last year we had 24 boats and about 92 participants.
And this year?
30 boats and 131 participants.
Yeah, fantastic.
And then we also had the USO here,
Yep.
and a lot of our sponsors showed up.
Weather was a little bit interesting this morning.
It
wasn't predicted, right?
Nope, it was supposed to be 75 and warm.
I showed up in
My
shorts.
skipper promised me 75.
Yeah, I promised you nothing. But, have you met the Bishop brothers?
Yes.
Yeah.
I work with Jason, and Doug is my assistant team lead.
Yeah, I know you know them well. I had no idea when two bishops stepped on my boat this morning. They are no relation. Hardly know each other, apparently.
Nope.
Now we're brothers.
Yeah.
Now you're brothers, by separate mothers, but we got some hunting to look forward to.
Yes, we do.
I'm holding you true to that. We're coming
will.
over east side. We're going to get
Will
ourselves
do.
a mule deer. So,
Will do.
Shane, can't thank you enough. Jane, Doug, was a great day having you two on the boat. Had a good time. Yeah, we got a bunch of trout and a handful of kokanee, but
It was a blast.
had a good time.
Good deal.
Thank you once again.
Yeah, absolutely,
Yes.
man. We'll do it again next year.
Thank you, sir.
Yep. Really enjoyed it. Well, that's going to do it for us here. American Lake, you got something else to
Again,
say?
I want to thank you so
man.
much.
Yeah, no, everything you're doing, fantastic. Really
Because without volunteers like you,
Yeah.
we couldn't have this.
Well, you guys coordinate all this stuff. I mean, everybody shows up, has a great time. So
Yeah.
we really enjoy it. We'll come back every year you put this on.
Right on.
Fish on Northwest is committed.
We're gonna shoot to go to your home lake maybe next year.
Yeah, we'll have to see if we might move location, give us a little home court advantage.
Pressure's going to be on then.
Yes, it will.
All right, it's going to do it for us out here, American Lake, Fallen Outdoors, Memorial Day weekend. Jumping out for a quick break. We'll be back in studio right after this.
Behind every great fishtail, every grip and grin glory shot, a record set, there lies tragedy. Folly, mishap, strife only an angler's heart can know. Out here, you have to earn your strikes. It won't be pretty, but we'll have your stern through thick and thicker. Because there are always more fish in the sea, and the right one, it's out there, just waiting to be found.
The Northwest's premier upland bird hunting destination. Located along the beautiful Umatilla River in eastern Oregon. Fully guided bird hunts with expert guides and top-notch dogs. Enjoy comfortable accommodations and gourmet meals at the Riverview Lodge. Book your sensational hunting experience with Horseshoe Curve Outdoors.
Defiance Marine is the one-stop shop for the Pacific Northwest angler. Defiance Marine guarantees the best price on a new and best service on a repower for your current boat. Defiance Marine is a Honda Premier dealership and one of the largest on the West Coast. Defiance Marine is a boat dealer who proudly sells Defiance, Allied, and Arima boats. All boats are built by West Coast fishermen for West Coast fishermen. Defiance Marine has all your boating needs to help you get out on the water. All right, welcome back. Great event. Great event.
It looks fun.
Yeah, we had a really good time. Weather was interesting. You know, we were out on Puget Sound the day before. It was 75.
Noah had interesting weather, by the way.
Oh, I'm sure. And so we are looking forward to next day forecast. Looked phenomenal. Boy, we got there at the boat ramp 4:30 in the morning with all them other boats, and those trees were just whipping white caps on the water. I was like, who ordered this up?
Well, there was 2 animals every type also there.
Yeah. So I ended up out there and put the jacket on, bundle up, out there running the gear. The other 3 stayed in the cabin until we got a fish on. Then everybody kind of comes over to see what's going on.
You go get it.
Yeah,
you
right.
go get it.
Your turn. So anyway, hey, even with the weather and things that have been going on, you know, it is actually June. And June signifies for us, or actually that Memorial Day weekend kickoff is summer and steelhead season, man. It's like, it's go time, right? But
it's my favorite time of the year, dude.
It's not starting off gangbusters, and a number of rivers that we do have access to are lackluster to say the least. And another area we will not be fishing, not only summer steelhead, but summer Chinook, as well as the Sky Comish. They officially have closed the Sky Comish until November 1st for fall fishing.
Man, there is nobody listening right now that hasn't a story from the
on the sky.
summertime fishing up there of Reeder or wherever for the Kings or the summer runs. You know, the great hatchery summer runs up there, and even the wild ones that used to go up there. It was beautiful. Just makes me sad, dude.
It's just every time we turn around, there's another closure. Now, this one they've indicated to protect the wild Chinook. The numbers are extremely low. They have concerns. Of course, I try to stay up on all information getting floated around out there. People are pissed off. I get it. You know, some are like, well, I see nets in the river, and you know, and I can't say whether or not the co-managers, the tribes are in fact conducting or directing any fisheries. I went into the low documents for the 2026. I could not find any agreed to fisheries where, say, the tribes would be in the lower part of the system, Snohomish portion of that, where the confluence comes together, creates the Snohomish. Typically, I think they're down in that lower portion. Now, I can't find anything that would say that. Maybe somebody will correct me, but this is one of those, I believe, we're not fishing, they're not fishing. They're really trying to save these wild Chinook, and we're losing the battle time and time again. But what really frustrates me is we also had a closure on the icicle. They had an announcement for an opening.
Yeah, on the end of May.
Right?
Last day of May.
They were going to open the icicle, and then they were like, no, we can't open it. Now that particular hatchery is run by the U.S. Fish and Wildlife Service. Now they have come back and said, well, we ran into a mechanical issue. We had a leak in the main pickup tube for water. We had to use alternate pumps to get enough water into the fish ladder. The fish showed up. They jumped up the ladder. They got into the holding pens. They got their 1,000+ fish. I guess there was 1,240 fish that made it up in through the ladder. So they had concerns they weren't going to get enough for broodstock, and they weren't going to get enough for egg take, and so they shut it down for recreational.
Well, man, that is a gut punch from hell, because recreational we got shut down totally. Recreational fisheries. Well, co-managers of the tribes, both the members of the Colvilles, right, and the Yakima, they're doing what they do. They're going to fish, and that's great. That's their traditional fisheries, right? But if there's not enough fish for one, there's not enough fish for the others.
They announced the closure for recreational a couple days later, and on separate days, those tribes were in there mopping up what was left in the water out in front of the ladder. And that really rubs a lot of people wrong. Again, you just said it. If it's closed for conservation and concern, it's closed for us. It should be closed for everybody, and that should include every single fishery. If you close it down for rec, close it down for the tribes. In the story. Running out of time, we got to go. Thanks for joining us. Had a great time. Get outdoors, get something done. Have a great week. We'll see you next time, right here at Fish Hunt Northwest. Yeah, there are a few significant closures that have come around as of late. That Skycomish one is very frustrating, and if there's any activity from the other side of the table, if they're out there, taking fish, I mean, we have closures on the Skagit, we have closures on the Skycomish, we have closures on the icicle. And
a lot of these are traditional stuff that we've had since we were kids.
Sure.
And the worst part is the kids aren't going to get a taste of what
typically happens once they close a fishery down.
We're done. Rarely it opens back up, and when it does, it's for a very short time, and usually a lot of tension, and then it's we can't do that again. So.
Yeah, they also, if I recall, didn't they close the Nooksack? Yeah, they closed the Nooksack.
Yeah, right after they said there's lots of springers, and then all of a sudden, we're catching too many of them.
And then I had people blowing up my phone and sending me messages that the co-managers are continuing to fish. And so I can't validate that. I didn't look into it. I didn't have time, but if that Nooksack system is closed for spring Chinook and the co-managers continue to take fish out of there, it's like, why is it always up to us on the conservation side of the coin?
Sure.
That also includes Puget Sound, all the efforts of all them fish getting dumped in there and these, handcuffing us to have access to some of these fish based on some of the low aggregate, the low numbers on some of these systems. Snohomish, for example. I mean, Stillaguamish. Those are going to continue to bite us. Right. And I just want to see it fair across the table. If we're not fishing, they're not fishing.
Customs and culture is a tough nut to crack.
There was a number of things that came out of that North of Falcon process, and some of the modeling that they're using is old, antiquated. They need to update some of these numbers. You can't just sit here and apply You know, we're gonna direct our tribal gillnet fishery on said river, and we're anticipating catching 3,500 fish. But historically, year after year, for a 10-year average, they pull maybe 300 or 400. So they build or they model that fishery based on this high number of take.
It's a paper number.
It's a paper number, which then affects our opportunity, our ability to go after what's rightfully ours. And therefore, you know, we either don't get a season or we don't get on the water, or, you know, at the end of it, we get a couple days here, a couple days there, and they end up not taking the numbers that they continue to put into those models. If nothing else, man, especially this last year, some of that stuff that came out of Northern Falcon, I want to see some of these models updated. I want to see WDFW going to the table and doing their job for us. I want to see those numbers that they're utilizing. And, you know, sometimes you just got to sit there with a straight face and go, okay, we're not accepting those numbers, because they do it to us.
Where are they getting these from, and why are they not updating them?
Years of data. I don't know. I don't know how you force the hand to call them out to make it happen. But, you know, we all agree and always do agree. Like, you know, the Northwest Treaty Tribes have a right to conduct their fisheries.
Sure.
They have a right to be at the table co-managing these fisheries. WDFW and staff do their very best. At times, I'd like to see them push back a little harder. At times, I'd like to understand why they seem to have absolutely no say in some of these fisheries, right? I just want it fair.
Right.
And the problem is, been saying this for 30 years, 20-something years. Like, I want representation at the table that I know we're getting the most that we are allotted to have.
Now, don't you smell around why it's not happening? What would prevent this from being so? Right? Something has to be, somebody or buddies has to go, no. Right? Right?
Well, you would like to think so. I mean, I've had conversations with a lot of people over the years, and I have a lot of friends and, you know, relationships built in WDFW. And at the end of the day, I just want to know that I'm being well represented at the table.
Right.
Right? Especially when we got a commission that we're up against. You know, we don't feel like we have any support there. And we have a lot of anti stuff going on, which kind of segues into our next show.
I know.
But the anti stuff coming at us, the lack of support out of the commission. And at the end of the day, if you're closing fisheries, and that's all I'm asking, if we're closing fisheries, then doggone it, it's closed for everybody.
Right.
You can't say conservation and gillnet in the same sentence.
No.
And you cannot say conservation closed for recreational, opened for co-managers. Not fair. And I'm tired of it. So fair representation at the table. And if you're closing a fishery, doggone it, it's closed for everybody. All right, let's get back to show number deuce.
Right.
Jeff is patiently waiting. Let me grab my notes here.
Happy, happy, joy, joy.
Okay, Jordan, you got that POM ready to go? Okay. All right, let's do this. Here we go.
Fire when ready, Ridley.
Hello and welcome to Fish on the West. Duane and Bill Herzog.
Hunting, fishing is my kind of style. I plucked the Wainuchi with
Right there. Oh, there we go.
I'm proud I own the
That River Bright Chinook hatcheries and keep that fish. Look at that thing. It's not a bad start right there. Oh, it's a big kokanee.
Well, this is as old school as you could ever imagine.
We're fishing this McKay pot. One of the cool things about a McKay pot is it's got our bait tunnel built in.
Well, buddy, what do you think, huh? Oh my gosh. You spotted him. 360 rod in the Quick Series. Fantastic rod. 10.5 foot, 17 to 40 pound rating. Water getting in there, and he's going to pull right out of my hand. There he goes. Hello and welcome to Fish on Northwest. Winning on Mr. Bill Herzog.
Present.
Got a frog in my throat. Sorry. How are you? Nice to see you.
Better than a bunch of different amphibians. Just a frog is fine.
Yes, absolutely. Hey, I think we're actually going fishing tomorrow.
We are? You're going to go fishing?
I'm going to take a day, and you know, enough with all this other stuff going on. We're going to hit the water.
I'll believe that one.
Question is, where do you want to go? We'll throw it out there to the folks, everybody tuning in here and online streaming and paying attention. What Area 13 just around the corner, Area 11. Drive a little north and see what's going on. I'm kind of leaning more towards the backyard right here.
I think so. And I got a jigging rod aching to be deployed.
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah.
Well, we'll be on the troll. We'll get some jigging in.
Okay. Oh, I want to go jigging. Oh, let me troll.
We'll be on the troll. We'll be on the troll. We got some jigging we'll do, and I'm also bringing. I got some mooching setup going on.
Ooh.
We were jigging on a pile of fish a couple weeks ago. Couldn't get them to snap. I'm like, man, I wish I would have brought me some bait and got some mooching gear set up ready to go. And sometimes you got to switch it out and see what you can do. So, yeah.
Well, my buddy Mike, he cooked 2 nice fish this morning.
Yeah.
Had to let one go.
Okay.
But he's a moocher. That's what he does.
There you go.
And that's what he gets.
Well, we'll see what we can do. Hey, by the way, didn't know if you saw this or not. Door cam video or security cam video sent to us by our good buddy Jared Gibbons.
Okay.
Over there, Okanagan Valley Guide Service. This happened on June 6th, just this last week. He wasn't home. He's actually out of the area at an event with his daughter, and then his phone started blowing up with some activity in his front yard. Brings us to this week's peak outdoor moment of the week. Those kiddies had a little attitude to them.
I wouldn't walk fast either.
You see,
right? Why?
I'm a mountain lion. I do what I want.
Exactly.
I'm just strolling right through your front yard and see if there's a little dog or kitty cat out here or something we can snack on.
Honey, is Rover in the house?
I'm telling you. So at the end of the day, this state has a serious issue with predator control, predator management. I don't care if it's pinniped in the water, avian overhead, or if it's got paws, and or that includes wolves, mountain lions, black bear. It just they have a serious issue on controlling our predators, and they're getting out of control.
Well, it's hurting our hunting. It's killing our fishing.
Absolutely, yeah. So they can do a better job, but we don't have near the pressure coming at us. I mean, we have enough issues with our Fish and Wildlife Commission.
Right.
Down in Oregon, I don't know if you've heard of this, IP-28 down in Oregon. It's an initiative to ban hunting and fishing in the state of Oregon, along with several other issues tied into this initiative.
Okay.
State Representative Jeff Helfrich will join us to discuss this ridiculous initiative and the impacts it could have on the entire state of Oregon. Getting to that with Representative Helfrich right after this break. Allied, the new leader in heavy gauge aluminum boats. Allied boats have standard reverse chine and lifting rakes to help you plane faster and run at lower RPMs. Allied boats have several models to choose from, ranging from a 19-foot Mustang all the way up to a 32-foot Liberator. So regardless of what type of heavy gauge aluminum boats you are looking for, Allied Boats will have it for you. Contact Allied Boats today to learn more about these incredible fishing machines.
Sharp as can be. Super strong, super durable.
Really good penetration. Thinner and stronger.
Catch fish after fish.
I want to make sure that I'm using the best stuff possible.
World's finest hook.
World's finest hook.
Gamakatsu, world's finest hook.
Yep, for sure. Oh yeah, big fish. Yeah, buddy. Nice fish.
beauty. Gorgeous fish.
Bobby's on the board.
We got a good one.
Oh, yeah.
Whoa.
Oh, geez, come on.
Nice fish. Nice fish.
All right, welcome back here in studio. Welcoming to the program, first time, Oregon State Representative Jeff Helfrich, District 52, and quite a lengthy history you have there, Mister. Spent some time in the Air Force, retired from that, decided to do 25 years with Portland PD, and slacker. You only did 25 years. I did 35 fire service, so. But you did 2 careers in my time of doing 1, so I guess you got me beat. Welcome to the program, my friend.
Hey, thank you for letting me be on. I appreciate it. You know, the reason why God created police officers so firefighters could have heroes, and your hero status has to go. You have to go out a little, let other people come in quicker, so you don't get worn out all the time. So
well, that's a valid point. But like I like to always remind folks, cops are just the guys that couldn't pass the firefighter written exam. So
rim shot.
we got that going on.
You're not wrong.
Yeah. Anyway, hey Jeff, welcome to the program. Like I said, great that you could take time to discuss this with us tonight. So IP-28 down there in Oregon. Look, you got a lot of good people down there. Bill and I have a ton of friends down in Oregon, but much like Washington, you got a bunch of wingnuts down there as well. And I'm telling you, this latest push here, some of the craziness coming out of Oregon, an effort to ban fishing and hunting. Now, IP-28 activities such as lawful hunting, fishing, wildlife management, scientific or agriculture research, pest control, slaughtering livestock. These are all exempted currently from cruelty laws. Initiative Petition 28 basically aims to remove that exemption. Why? Why are they going after this?
They want to criminalize it. This isn't new. They've done it before. They've tried to do it again and again in this initiative system. Why I support it, but outside dollars coming in, and you touched on it, but it's going to hurt farming, ranching, not just fishing, but hunting. It's wildlife management, food production for generations, and it matters to everybody, just not hunters and anglers. And why they're doing it, I don't know. I can't get in their heads, and it's not my job. But my job is to make sure that people get educated about this, because programs like yours, the outreach that you do, when we're at the hunter gathering a few months ago, people just don't understand that once you get behind the 8 ball and something like this, you can't stop it, and we got to get it in front of this now.
Well, welcome to the show, Jeff. And I'm going to try not to go on a Sam Kinison-esque rant here. The best I can do, but I'll see what. But right from their webpage, direct from their webpage, yes, on IP-28, the reason they're seeking to prohibit these activities is not to be, go towards anyone currently involved with injuring, killing, or breeding of animals, but rather to be protective of the needs of the animals and to codify their right to life, quote unquote, and bodily anatomy autonomy in law. Okay, do these people realize? Do they realize that the country was founded on hard work, right? Ability to farm, grow crops, raise animals for subsistence, hunting, fishing, all the fun stuff and all the stuff we need to live, basically, right? It's our God-given right. We have to push that. Not to mention hunters and anglers, we play a huge role in conservation. And so why in the world would someone want to do this?
You hit on something that, sitting here when I listen to you talk about it, read off the website, you just talked about animals have a right to life. Think about that statement about animals, and then you can flip that conversation into another political conversation that goes sideways on people really quick. So you have more, they want to protect animals more than do want a human life. And so that I don't understand where they come through on this. This is a major policy proposal. You got to ask one question when you have these: what's the downstream effect? And the downstream effect of this is economic damage for generations. It's huge. Why they're doing it? You listed all the reasons on their website. They banned, what was it, cougar or bear and cougar hunting with dogs in the mid 90s, I think it was.
They did. 92.
And I think reasonableness, if you're reasonable, you would say, all right, you're going to ban it statewide, but can you let counties manage their own wildlife issues that are going on? So can you bring it back to certain counties? Because where we hunt at, say in the Heppner unit or insert whatever hunting unit you're at, you've seen populations diminish, whether it's fawns or calves from elk or deer. And I've watched cougar just jump out in front of us when we're riding bikes. And so we are slowly losing our rights. And there's a reason why we've hunted these apex predators with dogs, because that gives us an advantage. And when we're losing our opportunities for harvesting animals, we're losing the next generation.
Oh, for sure.
Hunting and fishing, right?
You'd kind of mention it. I mean, this isn't just hunting and fishing. It's, horseback riding. It's, raising game or, farm animals on small farms, Gentleman's Ranch. This would criminalize all those practices, not just on the small farms. So we're talking on a large scale, commercial industry, chickens, beef. This would have a significant impact, repercussions on Oregon's beef industry, which brought in, I did some reading, 127 million worth of exports in 2023. I mean, this is a huge industry that they want to remove and annihilate completely out of Oregon. Now, they want to do away with all this, but if you read the fine print and all the garbage they put on their website, it's like, it'll be okay to purchase those protein sources, whether it's chicken, beef, eggs, whatever, in the store, as long as they're imported into Oregon. So it's okay to kill these animals and, slaughter animals and do this stuff, as long as it's not being done in the state of Oregon.
Look at the cost driver, right? So if you have to import everything from Washington, Idaho, California, all that stuff, the price of fuel where it's at right now, all these things are going to cost, you're going to drive up costs, and you can move across the border to Oregon, or from Oregon to Idaho or Washington, and you'll get food cheaper. I don't understand, what goes on in these people's heads. I don't know. When I watched some of these interviews where people were talking to the the person that got the petition going, and some of the people that are trying to gather signatures, they have no idea what they're talking about.
Not at all.
You question them on it, and they come up with about 20 different answers that doesn't answer the question. And
and they're telling lies.
Never surprised, always amazed, right? I mean, I'm not surprised at what people do. Amazed that it may pass. And some people, it'll never pass. Like, you don't know if it's going to or not. Just look back to Measure 110, which was where they decriminalized drugs. And I'm all about treatment. I've seen it for 25 years. You saw it where you were as a firefighter. But you know what? If you take the carrot or the stick away from the carrot, you no longer have the ability to, get treatment to people that they need.
Right.
We're going to no longer have the ability to get food at a reasonable cost. And all the industries that we're going to lose, it's just not the cattle industry, the farming industry. Your sporting goods stores, all the downstream effects, the mom and pop operations, the food where you go eat before you go to the duck blind, all those things are going to get affected, and it's going to drive our economy into the ground.
Yeah, the trickle down effect will be massive. We'll get into a little bit on the economy stuff here. Jumping out for a quick break. More with Representative Helfrich right after this.
Hatchery and Wild Coexist is a nonprofit organization dedicated to highlighting the importance of fish hatcheries and the vital role they play in wild fish recovery and providing abundant fisheries. Hatchery and Wild Coexist is a nonprofit organization dedicated to highlighting the importance of fish hatcheries and the vital role they play in wild fish recovery and providing abundant fisheries.
All right, welcome back here to the program. Continuing with Oregon State Representative Jeff Helfrich, and lots to discuss here. We're going to try to get in as much as we can in a short time here, Jeff. This petition, not just about recreational fishing and hunting, as we were discussing, as a whole, this generates 517 million household income, supported over 10,000 jobs. in 2025. We're talking guides, outfitters, sporting goods stores, restaurants. You kind of mentioned some of that. I mean, this would be a significant hit, not just in the fishing and hunting industry, but to the economy overall for the state of Oregon, all those tax dollars and revenue that you'd be out a loss on.
Absolutely. We're already talking about deficits, and they've disconnected from the HR1 at the federal level. But these things matter because every job at this point in the state of Oregon matters, because you got people leaving this state.
Yeah.
And now here's just one more nail in the coffin. And it's, when government, work for the government, I'm now a legislator. I try to, use common sense. But when we make decisions, somebody's always going to have to live with that consequence. And these consequences from these ballot measures are going to hurt people's income and the ability to live. And we can't have that. Just the food processors alone. Think about that. Your local meat shops that process elk or deer, and then those bigger processors that are processing, chickens or beef and all those things like that. That's a lot of family wage jobs that we're missing out on.
It certainly is. And I worked, Jeff, I worked for part-time for rod company and lure company, big ones, right? And we think the lure companies too, and the tackle people are really going to take it. But looking at this, it even gets worse. At the overall economic impact for the state of Oregon, hunting and fishing, it generates over 1.2 to 1.9 billion with a B. Billion in total economic activity, not to mention thousands of jobs, and 51 million direct and local tax revenue. That would be a significant financial loss. And how would Oregon recover? I don't see how it could.
I don't think they can, because our general fund budget right now they're worried about it. We're still having good numbers, but at the end of the day, you have small communities and counties counting on those dollars coming in for tourism and just for regular economic development and businesses. And if they're not there, those dollars aren't coming in, and people are closing shop and they're losing dollars on income tax and their state in property tax and all that stuff, then everything starts to go sideways. And then government's not the big answer. People are the answer. Working people are the answer to this.
Yeah.
We can't have more big government on this. And that's all this is going to end up in if it passes.
Yeah. I mean, the trickle down economics is just unbelievable. This would decimate the state of Oregon. Look, what's your take on this? I mean, they got enough signatures to get it on the ballot, supposedly. I think they're still sourcing through them. They went ahead and they got more than the 117,000 that are required, because you're going to have some that are going to not make it through the vetting process. Right. But this petition gets on the ballot and it goes to the voters. I mean, we got to come up with some strong opposition and put the proper education out there to people, because there's a lot of false information coming from these signature gatherers and stuff, isn't there?
Yeah, there is. They're claiming it's just, safety for animals and all this. If you read the ballot title, you're like, oh, okay, I can see why somebody would say yes to this, even though you and I would say no, and your audience is looking at this like this is the stupidest thing in the world. Right. But never underestimate the ballot measure, because they don't have to be honest. There's no consequence for their actions for not being intellectually honest when they're talking with people. We've seen things that have passed before. I'll go back to Measure 110, which when the citizens said, we want to have humane treatment and have the ability for people to get treatment for drug and alcohol abuse. Then they decriminalized drugs too. And then that ruined a generation. We lost a generation of people, and our state's behind by about a decade because of it. So education matters. We have to get in front of this now, and we're doing a pretty good job of it. But once it makes the ballot, I'm afraid it's kind of a bait and switch. All of a sudden now you've got this on a ballot, and you have another ballot initiative out there, and then you've got the general election going on.
Yeah.
And is this just they're trying to put so many things on the field that you have to spread out your money where you can't fight all the battles, and so you have to pick and choose what you do. And this is one of those things for grassroots people that listen to this show, they hunt, they fish. It matters. It matters every day. When you get that ballot, you got to turn it in. You have to turn it in.
Sure.
As far as I understand, Governor Kotek and I forget the candidate who's running against her this fall. And then as far as I've been led to believe, no legislators are on board with this, either side of the aisle. Nobody wants to see this for obvious reasons. Nobody
wants to see it on the ballot, and nobody wants to see it passed, because right now the economy is in the tank in Oregon. But some of them, they being the speaker, the Senate president, and I don't know, I don't talk to the governor, quite very often, but there is, people had no idea what this really meant. And then all of a sudden they're like watching this. It's like, it's a couple $1 billion industry. And then, we did recreational liability, the waivers reforms on that. And that was a $17 billion industry. It took me 3 years to get that passed. And so you're never surprised, always amazed. Everybody's coming out against it. So we just have to keep the pedal to the metal and keep moving forward and tell people no and get the news out there. Because if we don't, and this gets passed, as a legislator, I've been told by the people we have to implement this. Now I got to sit there and throw my hands up. What do I do next? Because I have an obligation by the Constitution to implement this, because the voters said this is what we want.
Well, what you got to do is you got to get rid of the false information, right? And
Right.
all the information, the false stuff that they're spewing out there, for God's sake, they're misleading the folks and doing an all-out effort to get this passed. How do you counter that?
I think you counter that with our groups that are the Sportsman's Caucus. I'm the co-chair of the Sportsman's Caucus, but groups like the Oregon Hunters Association, NRA, the Rocky Mountain Elk Foundation, all those organizations are ready to go and fight this, but they need those resources to get that done. And those resources are dollars, but then you have to get the information out there, whether it's social media or advertising, mailers, and all these things. Why do people care? And so if it's always framed around hunting and fishing, we can't do that. We have to frame it at the economic impacts that it creates. Right. That's where we win the argument. Because some people that don't hunt fish, they don't care. There's, we want to save the animal. It makes sense. But if you have the opportunity to show them the economic drivers that drive our state, then you have the opportunity to tell them this is why it's bad, because it is going to kill the economy.
Yeah,
like the song
absolutely.
Says, money talks.
Yeah, 100%. Okay, always far too much information to get through, never enough time. I want to thank you for joining us, Jeff. We'll stay in touch. Obviously, we got lots to talk about, lots to tackle, and we're here to support Oregon. So appreciate you taking the time.
Hey, thanks for having me on. I really appreciate that.
Right.
Take care, guys.
All right, that'll do it with Representative Jeff Helfrich. Check out IP-28. If you haven't read up on it, you need to check out IP-28 and get educated and help Oregon to get rid of this thing. Out for a quick break. We'll be right back.
Behind every great fishtail, every grip and grin glory shot, a record set, there lies tragedy, folly, mishap, strife only an angler's heart can know. Out here, you have to earn your strikes. It won't be pretty, but we'll have your stern through thick and thicker, because there are always more fish in the sea, and the right one, it's out there, just waiting to be found.
The Northwest premier upland bird hunting destination. Located along the beautiful Umatilla River in eastern Oregon. Fully guided bird hunts with expert guides and top-notch dogs. Enjoy comfortable accommodations and gourmet meals at the Riverview Lodge. Book your sensational hunting experience with Horseshoe Curve Outdoors.
Defiance Marine is the one-stop shop for the Pacific Northwest angler. Defiance Marine guarantees the best price on a new and best service on a repower for your current boat. Defiance Marine is a Honda Premier dealership and one of the largest on the West Coast. Defiance Marine is a boat dealer who proudly sells Defiance, Allied, and Arima boats. All boats are built by West Coast fishermen for West Coast fishermen. Defiance Marine has all your boating needs to help you get out on the water. All righty, welcome back as we wind it down. Well, currently we don't have anybody going after our fishing and hunting except for our Fish and Wildlife Commission.
Right.
So I guess that's a bonus. Huh?
So far.
So far.
Wait till
I tell you what, if this thing gets enough push behind it and we find that it passes down in Oregon, hold on, Washington, hold on, Colorado, because guess who's next? These three states are lock and step with these lunatics out there, these anti-fishers, anti-hunters. I'm telling you,
Bill, set a precedence, it's tough to go backwards.
If they're somehow able to manage to get enough votes on this thing, I mean, it's already going to the ballot. Technically, if you look at, the information that's been provided out there, it has enough signatures to get on there. And Jeff continued to say it, petition, petition, petition. Petitions are great. They're how we as taxpayers can hold government accountable. Sure. It's how we can leverage against our government when they're, especially here in Washington, all these taxes and stuff they're going after. When petitions are used appropriately,
they're nice.
They can do good things.
Yeah.
But when you get these wingnuts just going crazy thinking, I'm a vegan and no animals should die, so let's do this.
How do these guys have enough time? I want to know.
I don't know.
To do this.
Unemployed vegans, I don't
Yeah,
know. I mean, it's very frustrating to think that they can come after our God-given rights to hunt and fish and enjoy, recreate, and help be, help to manage our hunting and fishing, help to conserve our hunting and fishing, pass that on to the next generations. They want to cut into all that, right? So
it's what they don't like, try to put it on us.
Yes. And it's going to be an ongoing battle for years to come. This is not going away anytime soon. I want to thank everybody for joining us. Hopefully you enjoyed that information, the discussion we had there with Jeff. This is some serious stuff. We got to stay on top of this and get out ahead of it. So thanks for joining us. Have a great week. Have a great weekend. Get outdoors, get something done. We'll see you next time right here at Fish on Northwest. God bless. Ain't so common. Sorry. Yeah, I'm watching the comments come in here now. Common sense. Yeah, common sense isn't as common as you would think anymore.
It doesn't exist anymore, I don't think.
No. And, that's always been my frustration. It's like, okay, I get it. I mean, 3% of us hunt, 11, 12%. Some states go up to 13% during COVID, but 11% of us fish.
Right.
So we're on the low end of the scale here, right? That's a lot of folks that don't recreate. That's even if that's combined. Let's say 15% of us are hunting and fishing. It's 85% of the population of the state that doesn't.
Mm-hmm.
So when you start throwing petitions out there for people to sign, how do you think? And Representative Helfrich kind of mentioned it. He said, "Yeah, the removal of hunting cougars and bears with hounds. Yeah, that." Passed through, I believe, in '92, based on work of an initiative. And you know who was behind that? You know what the big push on that was?
Can't wait.
And who canvassed the airwaves and the TVs and everything with commercials and got all the folks living in cities and stuff all up in arms to support that? Humane Society. Humane Society. On the surface, cute puppies and kittens.
Oh, yeah, and that's what people think.
Mm-hmm.
They go, well, if they think it's good, we have to do it.
Yes. But on the backside of that is a lot of folks that do not agree with folks having the right to hunt and fish. So, yeah, it's they've been actually at this down there in Oregon for 3 or 4 years now.
Well,
this is the first time they've got enough folks on board. Now, I saw an interesting video, folks out gathering signatures. Okay, and there was a social media guy filming with his camera or his phone, and he was questioning those that were obtaining signatures. And he asked this guy and this gal, like, where are you from? And they would say, he's like, are you American citizens? And they were quiet for a minute. He's like, are you even American citizens? And they both finally admitted that they were not. He goes, so let me get this right. You're not American citizens, but you're collecting signatures on an initiative that if you get enough signatures to put it on a ballot to go to vote, you can't even vote. You're not U.S. citizen. You can't even vote on the initiative you're gathering signatures for, and you are lying to the people.
Welcome to the grand illusion.
Right? So, and as mentioned, you don't have to be honest when gathering signatures.
Right.
There's no accountability.
There's a lot of hate towards our little groups, okay?
Oh, yeah.
I don't like golf. But I don't run around saying, hey, we need to golf. No more golfing because I don't like it.
Get rid of all this green grass and put parking lots.
Yeah, the heck with that. Exactly. Right? Don't do that.
Yeah, Paul Vesta, you're right. You can't even trap moles. Well, we currently can't trap moles here in Thurston County. I'm not saying I do, but
I see all them explosives out there. You got to.
I know. Yeah. So yeah, you can't trap moles. It's cruelty to animals. That's that one got passed through. So. They vote anyway. It's the Liberals planning. Yeah. So got to stay on top of this, guys. Continue to watch what's going on down there in Oregon. Pick your source of information wisely. Don't jump on every.
What I forgot to ask the representative was a writer. What if this gets stuck on a writer? You know, like it's just like something like, oh, we don't want we don't want people running over kittens. You know, we got to vote towards that. Well,
Right.
of course, but on top of that, we got this too on the same vote.
Yeah.
So people might be voting for one thing, and if it's a writer on there stuck on there, then what?
Yeah. So they can lump it together. And,
Yeah.
and as he also mentioned, there's a couple other initiatives coming up, and you try to combat all these ones that are negatively going to impact. Like, yeah, at the end of the day, we don't want to see hunting and fishing go away, but the economic impact of the state of Oregon, fishing and hunting industry, and then you take farming and ranching and food production and just all of it. Like, now you're going to import all those goods.
When you tell people, hey, guess what? You're going to be paying 3 times as much now for food. You're already paying a lot.
Yep.
You're going to pay 3 times as much now if you vote for
You
this.
think a $25 steak is expensive now?
Yeah, yeah. Let's go and let's use that. Right.
Unbelievable. So hopefully common sense will prevail. Hopefully those that enjoy riding horses and raising animals and getting out in outdoor recreation activities and having small farms and all that. I mean, these are for the most part good people that just want to enjoy life.
Sure.
And you're just trying to absolutely disrupt their freedoms and their right
and
to
their
own
their livelihood.
their livelihood.
I mean, come on.
Yeah, their right to own. And as you had mentioned, tackle industries. I mean, where does it stop?
It does.
Hotels, motels, restaurants.
On.
It's like I said, the trickle down in and through that is just be so substantial. You can't even fathom the amount of money that the state would be without. It's not even. It's
and that's what I think we have to focus on. Not so much the hunting and fishing, which of course we love, very important, but you tell all the regulars, the normal folks, right? And tell them, guess what? If this goes through, your wallet's going to be empty and you've got no income. How about that?
So we need some legislators to introduce a bill and pass it that forever and always hunting and fishing will be recognized as a constitutional right, never to be taken away by an initiative. And also farming and the production of, goods and services, beef and providing those sources of nutrient cannot be done away with. I mean, just put it out there and say that this cannot be interceded by a initiative.
And you'd have to,
I don't know if they can do that, but that's a good place to start.
You have to word that as such so nobody can go through the back door.
Yes. Yeah, because there's always a workaround. So anyway, once you guys stay on top of this stuff, I mean, obviously we're in Washington, but it doesn't matter. It doesn't take much to get across the bridge and the river to be over here. And those folks, if they're starting in Oregon, it doesn't mean they're going to stop in Oregon. And Washington, Oregon, Colorado, those are your 3 like-minded,
especially Washington,
areas that these folks are focused on. And they have a lot of out of state monies that come in from these organized groups.
Right.
So if you don't think Washington, what's the name of the one I'm thinking of? Washington, I want to say Animals First, whatever the hell it is. Anyway, if you don't think these groups that we've been battling with here for quite some time, Washington Wildlife First, that's what I'm trying to think of. Washington Wildlife First. You don't think they're paying attention to what's going on down there? Because and who is Washington Wildlife First's major contributing funder person behind the scenes? Jody Allen, right? You don't think Jody Allen has enough money to trickle down into Oregon and into Washington and some other areas to try and put a stop to this horrible behavior that we put on display called hunting and fishing?
Oh yeah, we should be ashamed.
Yeah. So anyway, it's right. It's frustrating, and these people won't stop. So we're going to stay on top of this. We're going to try to keep the information flowing, show folks where they need to get involved, take action. Talking about it, sharing posts on social media is all great, but sometimes you got to take action,
right?
And step up. Go down there and stand in front of a legislative building or get in the ear of some representatives and see if they can't, introduce laws that can hopefully prevent this type of stuff from happening. I don't know if they can, but
that's why we pay guys to go do that.
Yeah, maybe some work can be done. So anyway, all right, lots of work to do here. After the show, we're going to wrap it up. I want to thank everybody for tuning in tonight. Hopefully you enjoyed the conversation with Representative Jeff Helfrich, and we will stay in contact with him and see where this stuff goes. We're on the water tomorrow. We're going to catch some Chinook. That is the plan. And
just one that One.
I just take one home, throw it on the grill. That's all I need. Yep.
Just one.
We'll see how it goes. Weather's going to be beautiful. Wind forecast looks amazing. And hopefully you guys get out this weekend and take your sunscreen. Sunday, Monday, 95 degrees here in Western Washington. Gonna be a little bit of a scorcher.
Yeah, you guys, yeah.
With our
90
95s. Yeah,
Big
a little
deal.
warm here. All right, guys. We will see you next time. Thanks for joining in.